In the ancient world, kingdoms fought armies, kings fought kings, and empires fought each other. But one empire dared to commit the ultimate act of defiance. They declared war on the gods themselves. Tonight, you will witness the rise, rage, and downfall of a civilization that believed it could defeat the divine. This is the forgotten legend of the empire that fought the gods. Long before Rome or Egypt, a mighty nation known as the Titan Empire ruled the ancient world. Built in the mountains of the east, they were a force of nature. Their society was founded on 3 pillars. Warriors trained from childhood, so disciplined they moved as one. Inventors who could shape metal like clay, crafting wonders the world had never seen. And scholars who studied storms, stars, and the sun, unlocking the secrets of the natural world. But the Titans believed one thing above all else, that human strength is greater than divine power. This core belief wasn't just an idea. It was a fire that burned in the heart of their civilization, a fire that would soon spread across centuries and challenge the very foundations of heaven and earth. They saw the gods not as creators to be worshipped, but as rivals to be overcome. Their ambition took physical form. The Titan Empire built a colossal statue named the Skybreaker, a monument so vast it seemed to pierce the heavens. It was a testament to their engineering, their power, and their defiance. But as the final stones were set, the priests of the old ways grew fearful. They approached the emperor, their voices heavy with dread, and warned him, "The gods will not tolerate this arrogance." The emperor, however, was unmoved. He looked upon his creation and declared, "Let them try to stop us." And according to the legend, the gods answered. A storm, unlike any seen before, descended from the heavens. Lightning, thick as ancient trees, struck the Skybreaker, shattering half of the monument into dust and ruin. For any other nation, this would have been a terrifying omen, a clear sign to halt their ambitions. But for the Titans, this wasn't a warning. It was a challenge. The gods had thrown the first stone, and the Titans were more than ready to throw one back. The leader of this defiant empire was a man whose will was as unbending as the mountains themselves. Emperor Azaran, the Unyielding. Azaran believed the gods controlled human destiny, a fact he found intolerable. He didn't want to serve destiny. He wanted to seize it. Power, he believed, belonged in the hands of humanity, not distant, capricious deities. With this conviction burning in his heart, Azaran commanded his army to march across the empire. Their mission was not to conquer new lands, but to erase the old ways. They destroyed temples, silenced priests who spoke of divine will, and burned ancient prophecies that foretold their doom. Standing before his people, amidst the smoke of burning scrolls, Azaran made his historic declaration. "We will no longer serve the gods. They will bow to us." And so, with those fateful words, began the greatest war in myth and history. War not between mortals, but between mortals and their gods. If the legends are to be believed, the gods responded with a terrifying force that shook the very foundations of the world. Their wrath was not delivered by armies of men, but by nature itself turned into a weapon. Unceasing storms lashed the Titan farmlands, turning fertile fields into seas of mud and destroying their crops. Fire rained from a clear sky, consuming entire cities in supernatural flame. Swarms of venomous creatures, scorpions and serpents, rose from the earth, filling the empire with terror and death. And then came the most dreadful curse of all. A great shadow covered the sun, plunging the Titan Empire into an unnatural darkness that lasted for 3 days and 3 nights. It was a darkness so complete, it felt as though the world itself was holding its breath. Yet, even in the face of these horrors, the Titans did not kneel. They did not pray for mercy. Instead, they saw these plagues as proof that the gods were afraid of them. Their resolve only hardened. The Empire, wounded but unbroken, began to prepare for total war. The Titans answered divine magic with human ingenuity. Their engineers, the greatest minds of the age, forged a new kind of armor called Titan. It was a miraculous material, said to be as hard as iron, yet as light as wood, and completely immune to heat and flame. Soldiers clad in Titan stone were walking fortresses. But they didn't stop there. They created monstrous war machines, powered by steam, animal strength, and complex gears-rolling behemoths, designed to tear down the gates of heaven itself. At the heart of this new army were the Godbreakers, an elite legion of warriors who trained their entire lives for a single purpose. They believed, with absolute conviction, that they could kill even divine beings. Emperor Azeron gathered his unstoppable army, their titanstone armor gleaming under the pale light. He gave them one simple command: march to the sacred mountains, the throne of the gods, bring me their power, or do not return. The Titan army, a river of dark metal and grim determination, began their ascent of the sacred mountains, the mythical peaks where the gods were believed to watch over the world. What happened next is lost to the mists of time, a story that changes with every storyteller. But all versions of the legend agree on a few terrifying facts. The sky itself seemed to open. Thunder roared not from the clouds, but from the very air around them. The mountains shook so violently that entire cliff faces crumbled into dust. Some tales say the gods themselves descended, appearing as avatars of pure lightning and fire, striking down the mortals with bolts of raw power. Other versions claim the Titans faced an army of supernatural guardian stone giants that rose from the earth, winged beasts that dove from the sky, and creatures made of pure storm. The Titans fought with a courage and ferocity that became legendary. Their blades met divine fire. Their war machines clashed with mythical beasts. But for every blow they landed, the heavens fought back harder. General after general fell. The unbreakable Titanstone armor shattered like glass against the force of divine wrath. The mighty war machines, marvels of engineering, were twisted into burning wrecks. At the very summit of the tallest peak, Emperor Azeron, alone and surrounded by the ruin of his army, faced the final blow. As he raised his sword to the sky in one last act of defiance, a beam of pure white light struck the ground before him. The war against the gods ended in that single, cataclysmic moment. Without their emperor, the Titan Empire collapsed within weeks. The curses returned with a vengeance.